Hello, greetings. I'm Marina Ormes here with your Astro Vibe for Thursday, August 18th. And we've got the moon in Taurus, but as of about 7:20 my time, Pacific time, so it might be a little later depending on your time zone. This morning, we've got the moon passing by Uranus in Taurus. And so Taurus, which is normally very stable, very predictable, that's its nature. The sign of Taurus is all about stability and the status quo and maintaining and routines and things that make sense and keeping what makes sense going by repeating it. So that's normally Taurus. And when you put the planet of rebellion, revolution, upheaval, shakeup, and change, which is Uranus, in the sign of Taurus, well, things can get a little less predictable. So we've got the energy of the moon going through Taurus, just reminding us that, hey, here's the Taurus energy that we're used to. The moon goes through Taurus every month. And here it is. But during this several year time period where we have Uranus in Taurus, things are not quite as stable as we're used to. And that's true in general with Uranus in Taurus. And Uranus went into Taurus. I'm not sure, I can't remember the exact date, but it was around 2017. And it will be leaving Taurus in 2025. So we're still in the middle of this period of having a difficult time finding the ground beneath us because it's constantly moving and shaking and changing. And so our theme for today has to do with the energy of shakeup and shakeups in the status quo, because as the moon goes through Taurus, it just brings that up. It's kind of like the moon moves through these points that are there for a longer time period, but it activates them as it moves through. So that's what we've got going on. And yesterday, of course, the moon was also in Taurus, but today it's actually moving past that planet Uranus. So bringing up a little more of that Uranus energy. We could experience some shakeup, some change, but also we're thinking about what it means to be free, to be authentic, to be working together in communities. All of that is related to the energy of Uranus. And so themes of grassroots movements, of change, of progress, of the future, vision for humanity and the planet, and how we are working to create and sustain the energy of change, because that's another part of it. It goes both ways. We're having shakeups to the status quo, but we're also having a sustaining quality to the energy of change. And what does it look like to implement and integrate change and vision for the future and progress into our everyday lives? So think things like social and racial and economic justice, things like climate justice, things like the kinds of progress that we want to see where the world is more fair for all people. The world is more honoring and respecting of all beings. That's the kind of progress I'm thinking of as I vision the future and imagine the kind of planet I want to live on. And so as we're discovering what does it look like to bring the energy of being change makers into our everyday lives. And so yesterday I talked about 3 self-care hacks for Taurus energy. So if you missed that, definitely go check that out, because that's going to be more personal and how to take care of yourself when the moon is in Taurus. But also we have this collective component to it. And how are you being a change maker? And how are you integrating being authentic and bringing progress and vision into your life on a daily basis. And whatever cause is personal for you, whatever feels important for you to put some energy into, to making a difference. And what we're seeing is not only how important it is for all of us to be shining our light as we are with this Leo moon cycle, but also bringing our efforts to bringing about change. And what do we want? How would we want things to change if we had the chance to imagine that future, what that future looks like? And so what are the daily, like, small steps, tangible steps you can do to put into creating that kind of change, or participating in the movement toward the change, right? It's that slow tortoise winning the race kind of experience. And so that's the energy of Uranus in Taurus. It's slow, methodical change that brings real results. So that's activated and heightened today. And we are also in the last days of having Mars in Taurus, where we're really needing to take action, to like take a stand, to be decisive in protecting and defending the status quo that we believe in, the things we value, the things that are important to us. And as on Saturday, Mars goes into Gemini, we're going to be entering this phase where it's less about protecting and defending and being a warrior and taking up your shield and sword for a cause, and more about focusing on the area of ideas and how we take action in the realm of information and learning and questioning and curiosity and investigations, and how we work with information and ideas. So we're in the final days here of Mars being in Taurus, and sometimes in that last degree of a sign we can have something really emerging about what is the message that planet is telling us as it leaves that sign. So we can pay attention to what are the messages from Mars about it leaving Taurus. All right, so there you go. That's for today, talking about shakeups in the status quo and looking at what that looks like in your life, how you're implementing, integrating, and taking daily steps. And that is part of your self-care, to participate in creating a world that works for you, that has meaning, that you can feel good about, that you can love and put your love into. Awesome. So thanks for being here, and let me know if you have any questions. I'd love to hear from you in the comments. And thanks for watching. Hit subscribe to see these videos every day, and follow with what's going on with the planets and how you can work with it and use it for optimal self-care. All right. Thanks for being here. I'll see you next time.